this meeting.
Mr. Chairman,
Tyler.
I move to take from the table the motion referring to our chapter donating $500 to the Special Olympics.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to take from the table the motion referring to our chapter donating $500 to the Special Olympics. All those in favor of taking from the table, please say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Those opposed?
No.
The noes have it. We will not partake from the table. Is there any further business which may come before this meeting?
Mr. Chairman,
Becky.
I move that our chapter sponsor an FFA Agricultural Science Fair.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that our chapter sponsor an FFA Agriculture Science Fair. Is there any debate?
Mr. Chairman,
Becky.
I believe that our FFA chapter cannot support a whole entire agricultural science fair. That's going to take a lot of money, and currently our chapter does not have the funds for it. We should fail this motion.
Mr.
Thank you.
Chairman,
Ben.
How old are we? I mean, a science fair, really? That's for little kids going into junior high. Therefore, I urge you to fail this motion.
Mr. Chairman.
Joe.
I'm definitely for this motion. This an agricultural science fair. That's an excellent motion to be debated on. Because yes, little kids that they will be gaining knowledge from all this bright ideas from many other agriculturists and scientists. So please pass the motion.
Mr.
Mr.
Chairman,
Tyler.
I'm in favor of this motion because this gives the Ag 1 and Ag 2 classes a chance to show what they learned to our school and to our community. So I urge a yes vote.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman,
Casey.
as being chapter treasurer, I know exactly how much money right now that we have, and we have not enough. We have so much that we need to pay for, like public speaking competitions, judging teams, state conferences coming up, and also fairs coming up. We just are not able to pay for this right now.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman,
Ben.
I move to refer this matter to a committee of 3 appointed by the chair with the power to act.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to refer this matter to a committee of 3 appointed by the chair with the power to act. Is there any debate?
Mr. Chairman.
Ben.
I believe if we refer this to a committee, they can go out and find out what the people want and how they would react to having a science fair, and they have the power to act so they can decide for us. I urge you to pass this motion.
Thank
Mr.
you.
Chairman.
Becky.
I believe that if we refer this to a committee, they might have the power to act, but they might not do so in the best ideas possible for our chapter. We shouldn't let 3 people control what the whole chapter does. I believe we should fail this referral.
Mr. Chairman,
Tyler.
This is a matter that needs to be discussed with the entire chapter and not just 3 members. So I urge a no vote on the referment.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman,
Casey.
I move to extend limited debate to 3 debates per person per topic.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to extend limited debate to 3 debates per person per topic. All those in favor of extending limited debate, please rise. Thank you. Be seated. Those opposed? Thank you. Be seated. With 2 in the affirmative and 3 in the negative, we will not extend limited debate. Debate reopens on the affirmative.
Mr. Chairman,
Casey.
I believe that we should not refer this to a committee. We have 5 highly active members are here. Why not decide it now? Or why not take it to the rest of our chapter and get everyone's involvement in this decision?
Mr. Chairman.
Joe.
Referring this to committee is not the best idea. We can decide it here and now, and they might not make the best decisions for the FFA Agricultural Science Fair. It doesn't need a committee of 3. It needs a committee of a whole. So please fail the referral.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman,
Ben.
hearing some valid points from my fellow delegates, I withdraw my motion.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to withdraw the motion. Is there any objections? Seeing none, we will withdraw the motion. Debate reopens on the main motion.
Mr. Chairman.
Joe.
I move to amend the motion to enter at the end next year. So if passed, the motion will read that our chapter sponsor an FFA Agriculture Science Fair next year.
Is there a second?
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to amend the main motion by adding to the end next year. So if passed, it reads that our chapter sponsor an FFA Agriculture Science Fair next year. Is there any debate?
Mr. Chairman.
Ben.
Point of order.
State your point.
As maker of the motion, I have first right to debate.
Point well taken. You have the floor.
For next year, we'll have a fresh new start. We'll have money in the bank, and by next year we can't even ourselves even participate in this science fair. So I urge a yes vote on the amendment.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman.
Tyler.
This is a great idea. Next year, we will have our summer fundraiser this summer, so therefore we'll have plenty of money to sponsor this next year. So I urge a yes vote on the amendment.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman.
Becky.
We might have money saved up from fundraisers that we will be doing, but we won't have time. It's a new year, which means students will be getting ready for their new classes and their new sports that they might be taking on. We should fail this motion.
Mr. Chairman,
Casey.
I move to recess for 5 minutes for informal consultation.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to recess for 5 minutes for informal consultation. All those in favor of recessing, please say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Those opposed?
No.
The noes have it. We will not recess. Debate reopens on the amendment.
Mr. Chairman.
Ben.
The early bird gets a worm. If we go out and start discussing this now, yeah, then we can do it. But if another chapter gets wind of it, then we're just copying them. I urge you to fail this motion.
Thank you.
I rise to a question privilege.
State your question.
What is the vote required on the pending motion?
Majority.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman,
Casey.
I think this amendment is a great proposal. We can take this maybe at our next meeting and give, make flyers and give it to the rest of our members and get their opinion on it, so they have all the way up until next year to decide if they even want to do this to a science fair. We could also inform the people at the freshman orientation about this, so maybe that are going to join FFA, maybe get their also opinion.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman.
Becky.
I move to suspend the rules stating that advisor be present to pass the motion.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to suspend the rule requiring an advisor be present to pass a motion. All those in favor of suspending the rules, please rise. Thank you. Be seated. Those opposed? Thank you. Be seated. With 1 in the affirmative and 4 in the negative, we will not suspend the rules. Debate reopens on the amendment.
Mr. Chairman.
Joe.
For the amendment for adding the end next year, we'll definitely have more time now, because even if we sponsor it next year, we have now and then all the way to the next time we have to sponsor our FFA Agricultural Science Fair. So and that was the reason that I made the amendment.
Mr. Chairman.
Ben.
As FFA has taught me, the time is now. Why should we wait a whole year to do the science fair, even if we're going to do it? So I urge you to fail this motion.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman.
Tyler.
We should wait a whole year for the reason being that we have time to plan, coordinate, and organize this event. So therefore, I urge a yes vote on the amendment.
Thank you. Is there any further debate? Are you ready for the question? All those in favor of amending the motion by adding to the end next year, so if passed, it reads that our chapter sponsor an FFA Agricultural Science Fair next year. Please say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Those opposed?
No.
Division.
Division has been called. All those in favor of the amendment, please rise. Thank you. Be seated. Those opposed? Thank you. Be seated. With 3 in the affirmative and 2 in the negative, amendment passes. Debate reopens on the affirmative. Is there any further debate? Are you ready to vote? All those in favor of referring this matter to a committee of 3 appointed by the chair with the power to act, please say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Those opposed?
No.
The noes have it. We will not refer this matter to committee. Debate reopens on the main motion.
Mr. Chairman.
Tyler.
This is a great idea for our chapter to get out, like I said, get out there and show the community what we do in our ag science class, and it's a great opportunity. So therefore, I urge a yes vote.
Thank
I
you.
rise to a question of privilege.
State your question.
It's rather hot in here. Do you think you could open the window?
No, I'm sorry. That will disrupt the flow of the meeting. Is there any further debate?
Mr. Chairman.
Ben.
Once again, little kids do science fairs. We are grown teenagers. If we do this, we will just be making fun of ourselves, saying that we are little kids and we do science fairs. So why would we want to do this? I urge you to fail this motion.
Mr. Chairman.
Casey.
Our FFA is so busy during the whole year long. In the beginning, we have pork sandwich sales and also Veterans Day. And then towards the middle, we have Mandarin sales, and then our Rivian comes up, and we have our banquet, and we have fair. We have so much all year long. We are busy constantly. Why take time to do a science fair that we don't even need to do?
Mr. Chairman.
Becky.
This idea would waste all of our resources, our time, and our funding. Doing this could hurt our FFA chapter. Let's fail this motion.
Mr. Chairman.
Tyler.
After hearing further debates, I have now changed my mind. This is a bad idea. We have too much going on. So therefore, I urge a no vote on the motion.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman,
Joe.
Because we're deciding on sponsoring the FFA Agricultural Science Fair. To me, in my heart, that is our FFA legacy to help out the FFA Agricultural Science Fair, so we can get these young minds to at least come up with many different ways to help out the community and the agriculture community. So please pass the motion.
Thank you. Is there any further debate? Are you ready for the question? All those in favor that our chapter sponsor an FFA Agriculture Science Fair next year, please say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Those opposed?
No.
The noes have it. Main motion fails. Is there any further business?
Mr. Chairman,
Becky.
I move to adjourn.
Is there a second?
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to adjourn. Is there any objections? Is there any special announcements? Seeing none, this meeting is adjourned. Orland presents themselves for questioning.
Chair 1,
Yes.
if a motion is not taken from the table within the required time limits, what happens to it?
It's false.
Thank you. Chair 2,
Yes, sir.
If a member